just sharing just for a couple of minutes what his experience has been as a team leader and being on a mentor team and what his takeaway is since, I guess we've been doing this in September.
Yes, thank you, Joanna. Thank you so much for the kind words. Hello, all. Nice to meet you and see you. And I just commend you on taking this step and stepping forward and really being in love with Skin On and joining hands with the Dream Center. So, Joanna, we have been doing this since late August, early September. I've been meeting with our mentee, and it's been a huge blessing for me. And I know our mentee has been hugely blessed by it as well. And it's been great to see our mentee grow over the last 6 months. We've been with her during her ups and downs. It's been a relationship building process, which has just been fruitful for all of us. So I did also want to point out that not only do you build a relationship and really join in with that down and dirty, mentoring every, twice a week, whatever you guys decide with your teams. I'm sorry, twice a month, whatever you decide with your teams, but you really build relationships with your fellow mentors as well, which was an added benefit. My team, we have 6 other women on my team, and I just got to tell you, they are the most incredible women. That every time we meet with our mentee, they just bring such incredible wisdom. Together, we just have all these different perspectives and experiences, and all of that combined with all the skills and areas that you guys were all talking about, all of that combined and brought to the mentee is just an incredible ministry that I know the Dream Center just loves and leans on as well. So it's been a huge blessing to me. It's been a huge blessing to our team members. I've grown in skill, the skills to be able to communicate, to coach our mentee, to talk and walk them through the different life situations they've been facing as they go through the different pillars of the program. I know that I've grown tremendously. Our team has grown tremendously. And it's just been an incredible experience. And I just encourage you to stick with it and stick in there. You're going to grow your skills. You're going to see your mentee over several month periods to grow and to go through the program. And that's really the goal, is to get, like I said in the beginning, to really be that love of Christ with Skin On in their life. And I just commend you all. And thank you, Joanna, for the time to share with everybody. And good luck in your adventure. And thank you for partnering with the Dream Center, guys.
Thanks, Brent. You're awesome. So, all right. So let's just go over a few housekeeping things, and then I'm going to open it up for questions. First thing is, I wanted to let you guys know the difference between Phoenix Dream Center and Dream City Church. The Phoenix Dream Center initially was completely backed by Dream City Church. The first Dream Center to open was in LA, and they are their own entity, and that's awesome. We love them and we help support them a lot. But mainly Phoenix Dream Center has a lot of churches that walk alongside of it, a lot of professional organizations, corporations. Due to changes in the administration of our government, the Dream Center has lost about $13 million in promised funding. And it all has to do with the HUD and the fact that we will not let a female and a male room together, even if the female identifies as a male or if the male identifies as a female. And because of that, the HUD laws will not allow us to get these funds. So if you do, I always plug this, if you do know people who want to donate in any way, shape, or form to the Dream Center, please give them my contact information. But the Phoenix Dream Center is 18 years and older. Now, a lot of times I refer to them as our kiddos because I'm old enough to be their great-great-great-grandmother. But I just want to tell you guys that, you know, when you're dealing with them, we are going to treat them as adults, but sometimes you're going to meet a 14-year-old and sometimes you're going to meet a 40-year-old. The damage and the horror that that our kids have been through are are absolutely mind-blowing. And I always do this. I am not a crier, but when I start talking about my kids, I started volunteering at the Phoenix Dream Center exactly 6 years ago. I went on a tour with my Bible study. I did a big, I own a Mary Kay business. I did a big Mary Kay skincare giveaway to all the females on the floor, fell in love with it, started volunteering. That was at Christmas, right after Christmas in that January. And I've never looked back. And so when Brian Steele, the executive director, came to me, from the Dream Center, and he said, hey, we want to start these mentor teams again. We used to have them. Can you take the reins on it? I'm like, where am I going to find these people? And you guys, we have been blessed with the most unbelievable people ever. Amazing diversity. Now, I will tell you, I've had four people who were on mentor teams that decided after a couple of months, either one had a job change, one moved out of town, and then two said, I've got life situations and I can't do this anymore. So if at any point you're like, I can't do this and give it everything I need to give it and do whatever else, you just let me know and you let your team leader know. So you're always off the hook. Okay, there's no pressure. The way the mentor team works is you have 9 different areas. You got this in your packet. The main area, of course, is the team leader. That's the person who launches everything. The team leader's job is to find out what is the best day and time for the mentor team to meet. They do a survey with the mentor team, and then they send out the reminder and the message of how you're going to meet, whether it's going to be on Zoom or in person. The mentor team meets twice a month for the first 3 months. After that, you come together as a team and you decide, do we want to continue meeting twice a month, or are we good just meeting once a month after that? The mentor team stays with the mentee up to a year after their graduation. At the Phoenix Dream Center, we have 4 pillars. I like to think of it as freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior. They can get through the 4-pillar program in as early as 8 to 12 months, and they can take up to 2 to 3 years. And that's why we've started building the mentor teams again, because they needed a family. And 95% of our peeps did not grow up with a family. You are the mom, the dad, the aunt, the uncle, the grandma, the grandpa, the cousin, the coach, the teacher, the next door neighbor. The main thing with mentor teams is you don't do it for them. You walk alongside them. Let me give you an example. Let's say Susie says, I'm really trying to save for a car. So the transportation person would jump in and say, that's great. We're excited that you're saving for a car. Let's talk about what your budget's going to look like when you're working full time. Once they hit 3rd pillar, they can go to school or go to work. What does insurance cost? You know, when you get a vehicle, let's look at tax, tag, and registration. They don't even know about this stuff. So you're not going to do the research for them. You're going to tell them what they should be researching. You know, is anyone in your past in the military? Because USAA has the cheapest insurance in the world and the best insurance in the world. Anything like that, you're going to be that voice that kind of compels them to look it up. You're not going to do it for them. We've actually had mentor teams since August. We've had mentor team members come to the Dream Center in 2s and 3s and work with a mentee on cleaning up their room and organizing the refrigerator and trying to get healthy, taking them on a hike. You will have a lot of power as a mentee. You will go through your team captain. Okay, your team captain will be your first point of contact. Your team captain will be answerable to me. The other thing the team captain does is after every meeting, they send me a summation of the meeting and they let me know what was discussed, what goals were set, and were there any triggers or anything discussed that we as leadership at the Dream Center can walk alongside them. Now, you guys, I'm not going to tell you all the good, bad, and ugly, because I may tell you so many situations that will never happen on your mentor team. And really, what we have found is that your instinct and going with your gut is so much more powerful than me telling you every scenario that can happen. But I will tell you up front that these kids, they are going to lie to you. They are going to falsify information. They might try to make themselves look better than they are, because along with their abuse, the number one thing that they're dealing with is shame. And so that's where you share with them that you're not here to judge them, and you're not here to try to make them into something they're not. We had a situation when mentor teams were in effect about 5 years ago, where a young lady was so excited. She told her mentor team, I got a job at McDonald's and I'm so excited. And one of the mentor team members said, don't you want more for yourself? And the problem with that is that that was so huge that she went there and filled out the application and was going to be in front of people she didn't know, that is a stepping stone to going to college, to getting a better job. So we have got to meet them where they're at. And if there's just one piece of advice I can give you moving forward with a mentee is be careful about what advice you give them. Look at their paperwork. You will get a huge packet, okay? The packet that I sent y'all in the email, they fill out all of those questions. You will know if they have local family, if they've had drug charges, if they've been to prison, if you'll see it all. And it's extremely confidential. I think that goes without saying. But basically, you're going to know so many things about them, and then you're going to take them from where they are right now to the next level. You're going to help them set goals. You're going to help them be a visionary. You're going to help them step out of the box they are in of abuse. But we're not going to go backwards. Now, if they ever want to tell you their very sad story, that is up to them, but we don't ask them. We take them where they are right now. Now, if your team leader thinks that it's important that the team knows as you go along, hey, they keep talking about getting their baby back. What's the situation there? We just had this happen with a mentor team. And I said, she's never getting her baby back, ever. So the mentor team is aware of that. And they're like, okay, so let's think about some scenarios just in case this doesn't happen for you. And they have actually eased the blow when she was told by the courts, you will not get your baby back because of your past charges. The mentor team walked alongside her, held her while she cried, and they are moving forward. It's tough, y'all. This is not a time-consuming thing at all. It is an emotionally consuming thing. So what I want you guys to think about is, do you want to do this moving forward? And if you do, you're going to send me an email and you're going to look at the packet and give me your top 3 choices for what area of expertise. There's transportation, education, career, spiritual, financial, healthcare, family, and housing. I will tell you right now, everything overlaps. If they want transportation and they're saving for a car, or they need to figure out the bus schedule, why? Because they now have a career, they got a job. So the job person and the transportation person may walk alongside the mentee in the next meeting and say, okay, so have you looked at the bus schedules? You know, and here's something that y'all need to know up front. They take the bus during the day, but if they're coming back from someplace at night, we have an Uber and Lyft account. So they do not take the bus at night. It can cause triggers and it can be very dangerous. Okay. Financial is going to work right alongside education and career, because they're going to be talking about what are your financial goals? Where do you see yourself, you know, in 6 months, a year, 3 years, and 5 years? And you're going to kind of figure this out. Does that make sense to y'all? You're really going to kind of figure it out yourself. And it's just like working with someone in your family, a cousin or a child or a grandchild. You don't tell them what to do. You ask them questions. The biggest thing with our peeps is that you understand there are boundaries. And when you get to know them and you've done 3 or 4 months of meetings, and you might even be going to the Dream Center, you might be picking them up and everybody meets somewhere for lunch, things like that. We've got a group that picks up their mentee once a month after church at the Glendale Dream City Church, and they take her to lunch and they have their meeting at lunch. Because when you break bread, you break barriers. Y'all know that, right? So that's kind of a cool thing. It's something for her to look forward to. But, you know, these are things that y'all can do moving forward. The very first meeting you have with your mentee will be a Zoom meeting, because just like I can go into the chat, and I don't know if you're familiar with Zoom, but you should see that pop up on your screen. Let's say that Stephanie is in charge of education, and she's talking to Joy. And she's like, well, Joy, tell me about your educational goals. Now she's got the paperwork. She knows that Joy needs her GED. Okay. So she may say, well, I don't know. I don't like school. I may go into the chat and tell Steffi, hey, Steph, ask her, you know, do you want to go ahead and push for getting your GED? Oh, okay. Well, Joy, you know, in talking about education, let's at least talk about maybe getting your GED. Do you think maybe that's something we can work on together? So I will prompt you. And I'm going to tell you guys something. It is so funny when you have your first team meeting, even though it's on Zoom, you'll be nervous. It's so funny. They are shaking. And it's almost good that we have that distance for the first meeting. And then the second meeting, you'll go to the Dream Center, you'll go to the Sons Learning Center. It's a very small area. The Sons actually gave it to us, and it's computers and all that. And you'll meet there, and people say, can we take them presents? No. Can we give them money? No. But you can bring snacks. You are not to supply their needs. Their needs are supplied, okay, at the Dream Center. You are to guide them and mentor them and love them to success. Now, I think I just saw a question. I think it was actually from Tanda, and she said, are we planning on being a team, or each of us a leader with our own teams? So Tanda, you'll actually be on Melissa Watkins' team. So Melissa,
yeah, and I meant to send it to her. Sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
Melissa is forming her own team, and there are people right here on it. We do need 2 more people, no pressure, but we need 2 more people to step up as team leaders. Our goal is to launch 2 teams. We've got 2 girls ready right now for teams. They're on second pillar. At second pillar, they qualify for a team. So we're ready to launch those. And then we want a 3rd team launched no later than the middle of next month.
That's us. We can launch a team right now.
Okay,
Joanne.
Barbara. Okay.
And Sandy.
Barbara and Sandy, y'all can be team leaders. Okay, that's great.
How many
to know.
people are
No, we
minimum for a team?
it'll be 1 team.
Okay, yeah, you'll be 1 team. Barbara and Sandy, you'll be like co-captains.
Yeah, yes.
Okay, all right, just clarify. Stacy, what'd you say, hon?
I apologize. How many people are required for a team?
There are 9 people on the team. Okay.
Okay, I think
And
I
I
have
wanna tell
5 others.
I'll tell you guys something, and you don't have to recruit them, Stacy. They're right here on this screen. And then I've got probably at least 8 to 10 more who couldn't make the meeting. You don't have to go out and recruit people. I find the people. Now, if you have people, if you're like Melissa Watkins and you go, my Bible study wants to mentor someone, awesome. Jan and Dave Small at Dream City Church in Scottsdale, they formed their team right there at the church. So that's super fun for them, because they can actually, they leave from 9 o'clock service, go to the Glendale campus, pick up their mentee and take her to lunch. So that works, but don't feel like you have to, that's my job. I will find the people for your team if you want to be a team leader. But team leader is more, they remind everybody of the team. They send me the after action report. The team leader, 90% of their work is done in the very first couple of weeks, trying to negotiate, look at everybody's schedule, figure out what's the best day or evening of the week to meet. We've got some who meet on Tuesday nights, some who meet on Thursday nights, some who meet on Sunday afternoons, and it's only twice a month for 3 months. And then after that, once a month. And it doesn't always have to be the same date, but it's better for the mentee if it's consistent. What other questions do y'all have? No question is dumb.
Do we
Yeah, if you
always
need
meet
another
as a
later.
team? Oh, sorry.
No, Jamie, go ahead.
Do we always meet as a team or do we do individual meetings as well?
The first 4 meetings, you need to meet as a team.
Okay.
Because just like Brent said, the team needs to learn how to work together. You need to
Right.
understand the team's personalities and who works best together. Then, like we had, for one of our girls, we had the person in charge of health and the person in charge of family go, and they helped her organize her room at the Dream Center. That's why you all have to be vetted, okay? And that's why I had to do the background checks. And they helped her with her refrigerator, and they went into the main kitchen and they organized her a space in the refrigerator. So they just kind of supported her and walked alongside her. We try to use.
So it's not just limited. It's not just limited to the team meetings. We're going to be doing meetings with our mentee as well.
If you want to.
Okay, perfect. That's what I wanted to know. Thank you.
We just had, last week, we just had someone off a mentor team pick up the mentee. Now you cannot do anything with just one person. So they had someone else that we had approved, and they went to the bank and they opened up a bank account for the mentee. So the mentee did it, but they were there because the mentee was so scared to walk into the bank and open up an account. Y'all, I'm telling you, they've done, it's bad. It's bad. And just like one of our guests tonight said, you know, she was trafficked familial trafficking. To me, it's the saddest of all the trafficking, but it's probably the most prevalent, is them being trafficked by their own family. So it happens. And I don't want y'all to go in feeling sorry for them. You are going in to get them to move. Go, go, go. Let's move forward. Okay. We all have sad stories. Let's go forward, you know, and we don't tell our sad stories to the resident. We don't tell our sad stories because then it becomes a competition. Oh yeah, I was trapped. Oh yeah, I did this. Oh yeah, I was, no. We don't tell our stories. It is all about them, because you think about it. The girls, you got 25 girls living on one floor. The guys, you've got 12 guys living on one floor. They get no individual attention that's positive. They get individual attention when they mess up. Okay, any other questions? This is a positive experience. Any other questions? You guys are awesome, man. Y'all must know it all. Okay, yes, Barbara, go ahead.
So can we choose a team, or are you going to choose the other 7 people for?
If you have, Barbara, if you have 7 people, I will have to do the background checks and the vetting and all the paperwork. If you even just have 2 people and you want me to find the rest.
Okay.
It is completely up to you as the team leader. Like Melissa Watkins may have a team of 6 people and she needs 1 more along with herself. So she needs 1 more. I'll say, okay, what areas do you have covered right now? I have everything except for healthcare. I'll go to my list. Okay, who's got healthcare? I just wrote this down. Well, actually, we have Ashley, who couldn't be on tonight. And then who else said, I'm looking at my notes as fast as I can. Shivani's a dental assistant. So she has some knowledge on the medical field. So I might say, okay, let's look at Shivani being part of your team.
Okay, so for example, the three areas would be education, career, and finance. So do I need to have a team? Do we need to have a team that
has medical,
has other,
yes,
like medical, health?
Yes. That's
Yes.
yes.
And like so many people said when they introduced themselves tonight, I'll do anything. I'll do anything.
Mhm.
I'll do anything.
Yeah.
You do not have to be an expert in transportation or healthcare or any of this. Because when you talk to your aunt and uncle and your grandma and grandpa about stuff growing up, did they have an expertise in, you know, healthcare? No, but they'll say, you know what, you could go on Google and you could research, you know, what's a health plan, what's insurance, because right now they're all on the state insurance. So they need to know, if you're going to go for a career, look at what the benefits are. And they'll go, what are benefits? Benefits are something they may take out of your paycheck. It's just educating them, at a very basic level. You may teach them to look at the bus schedules. You may teach them how to, navigate the ins and outs of buying a car. Is there a benefit to finishing your GED and going on to college versus finishing your GED, which we all want them to do, or your high school diploma, and then getting a full-time job? You're going to navigate those things with them. But yes, you need 9 people on a team. You can recruit all of them, you can recruit half of them, or you can just have me assign you to a team. It's up to you. Not everybody wants to be a team leader. Okay, I know a lot of y'all have to go. So if you will email me, please email me, jshipe@phxdreamcenter.org, and just let me know, one, do you want to be a team leader? If you don't, that's perfectly fine. If you don't, tell me give me 3 areas that you just go, you know what, I think I would be good at that, but there will be some overlap. And if you go, woman, you're cray cray and I'm not doing this, then just say, I think I'm not going to do this at this time, and tell me I'm fabulous. Melissa, yes, ma'am.
So for my people, do you want me to just have them submit their information on the website and then you'll send them the same paperwork that you sent me?
Yes, but Melissa, I think if you would email me a list, because as soon as their name pops up, you keep flashing all over my screen. As soon as their name pops up, I will urgently send them this. I'm the chairperson for the Stop Traffic Walk this year. It's on January 29th. Please go to stoptrafficwalk.org and sign up to walk. So like just today, I did a television appearance. I did a radio show. I did a walkthrough at Peoria. And then I had a 3 p.m. Zoom meeting with another TV. So
Joanna, I'm meeting with Rob Hunter tonight. I have a radio show on 960, but Rob Hunter and JT Harris and Mike Russell are dear friends of mine. So I'm going to try and get, and Seth Leibson.
yeah,
What station were you on?
I don't know. I'll have to email it to you.
All right, honey. So
I've got so many lists everywhere. I mean, like I was on Fox 10.
Rob Hunter's asking me for some bullet points, and I know I'm going to be on Carol Blonder's show on the 20th. Is there some bullet points that I could, talking points that you could email me?
Yes, I can. So I'll email them to Barbara. Well, actually,
Yeah.
I have your email too. Yeah. But we did an interview with Fox 10 News. It'll be on Sunday morning.
Okay, cool.
The radio show, I don't know, it was like some kind of weird Facebook thing, and we did that. I don't know.
Oh, you're on Facebook Live. I no, that's fine. I'm just trying to get the walkout and people to donate at Solar Sandy Sweet Soul Savers, my team and stuff. So yeah, but if you can send me the bullet points so I can give them to my people to talk about, that would be awesome.
Okay, well, let me let everybody go. Thank you guys for being on. You're fabulous. I'm excited. Ashley, Melissa, I'm assuming Brendan's going to be on your team.
Definitely.
We have a couple that are married and they're so stinking cute. And she's the team leader and he does finance, but she pretty much has him do everything. It's so cute. I love it.
I like that playbook.
I like that playbook. Yeah.
I'm going to get put to work soon. What I'm hearing.
If Melissa ain't happy,
Bye-bye.
Brendan ain't happy.
Bye-bye.
Okay? We know how this works. Steffi, you're adorable too. Y'all, if you have not gotten your paperwork in, I need it immediately. Okay. I don't care if you take a picture and text it to me. I need your paperwork as ASAP. Okay. All right. You guys have a great evening and I'm going to let y'all go. Okay. Let me check our chat. Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. Please email me your top 3. Everybody say bye, y'all.
Bye.